It's hard to find another hip-hop love story as explosive, dramatic, and unpredictable as T.I. and Tiny's.
In the car, machine guns and silencers in the car. I had a couple more handguns also in the car. For protection, of course.
From studio sessions to courtrooms, from platinum hits to police sirens, their lives have played out like a blockbuster movie written by fame itself. For years, fans have watched their highs and lows, and every headline only seemed to pull them deeper into the spotlight.
Bodyguard was attempting to get the weapons originally from a gun store, and when approached, was redirected to someone who, unfortunately for both the bodyguard and Mr. Harris, turned out to be an undercover AP.
Their story starts in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of hustle, music, and Southern royalty. It's the early 2000s. Tamika Tiny Cottle, already glowing from her R&B group Xscape, is stepping into a new phase of life. She's famous, successful, but looking for something beyond the lights, something real. On the other side of the city, a young rapper named Clifford T.I. Harris Jr. is on his grind.
So there are rumors out there that you and T.I. have been going through marital problems.
Right.
Are you going through marital problems?
We had a couple fights and we were arguing. We argue all the time though, but you know, we had this one big fallout about the Grammys and it just, you know, linking on and it got big.
Hungry to prove he's more than just another name in the streets. His talent is raw, his confidence unshakable, and Atlanta's rap scene is watching closely. The universe had plans. Tiny later admitted in interviews that she was feeling his music before she even met him. Then fate stepped in. One regular day at the mall, she spotted him. The moment their eyes locked, something clicked. They exchanged numbers, met up later for food, and sparks flew instantly. That first meeting turned into late-night conversations, studio visits, and soon, an unbreakable connection. They came from different worlds, but shared the same hunger.
I could just be a better best friend than a husband.
Women hate to hear that.
I mean, it's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, man, I'm on a mission.
Tiny's fame didn't intimidate T.I., and his ambition pulled her in even more. By 2004, they were inseparable. Tiny was 29, T.I. was 23, and their first child, King, was born, a symbol of young love and big dreams. Their chemistry was magnetic. Every time they appeared together, people could feel it. Music royalty in the making. But fame has two faces. As T.I.'s career skyrocketed, the streets started talking. His debut album hit.
Of you and I cannot be duplicated. You could put you with somebody else, you could put me with somebody else, you ain't gonna get the same thing, man. You know what I mean? It ain't the same fireworks, it ain't the same combustion. You just...
Then came the follow-ups, chart toppers, Grammy nominations, movie roles, endorsement deals. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of him. Women, clubs, late-night parties, it all came fast, and rumors came even faster. Whispers about infidelity and wild nights filled gossip blogs. One video vixen claimed she saw him at an Atlanta club with reality star Nikki Hoops Alexander looking a little too comfortable. She said they were laughing, touching, and that he even hinted at continuing the fun back at his place. Nobody knew what really happened, but that story spread like wildfire. Still, no matter how wild the headlines got, T.I. always came back to Tiny. That loyalty, that connection, it was deeper than gossip. But the cracks were beginning to show. Then 2007 came, a year that changed everything. Tiny got pregnant again, but tragedy struck when she suffered a stillbirth. The loss broke them both. For a couple that had already been through so much, this was a wound that went beyond the spotlight. They needed peace, but peace never lasted long in their world. Soon after, a new name was tied to T.I., pop star Nicole Scherzinger. The two had collaborated on Nicole's single, Whatever You Like, and their chemistry in the music video had fans talking.
T.I. Getting crucified by the media lately.
Yes.
For me, it feels like if you're going to be a multimillionaire who likes to do drugs and has large...
People began whispering, were those sparks on screen real? Years later, Nicole added more fuel to the fire during an interview on the Lady Gang podcast. When T.I.'s name came up, she smiled and said he was hot. The room lit up. Then co-host Becca Tobin joked, "One time he and Tiny invited me over for dinner." Nicole smirked. "Yeah, I'm sure they did."
My name is Tamika, but you may know me as Tiny. I've sold platinum albums and made millions of dollars, but decided to let the fame go to focus on my honey Tip and our family.
And I'm Toya. Most people know me as the ex-wife.
Becca laughed and said, "Guess what's for dinner?" Everyone chuckled, but fans didn't. The internet blew up with speculation. Meanwhile, Tiny tried to keep her focus on love, not rumors. She told fans they were planning to get married that same year, but when reporters asked T.I., he brushed it off. Laughing, he said, "Oh, we planned a whole wedding." I don't remember that at all, but go ahead and tell everybody I don't remember.
Remember that?
Oh, we were planning the whole wedding.
Don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember planning the wedding. I don't remember that. But tell everybody. I don't remember.
Yeah.
He said it playfully, but people heard the truth behind the joke. At that point, T.I. wasn't thinking about wedding bells. He was focused on success. But then his entire world flipped overnight. Just hours before the BET Hip Hop Awards, federal agents surrounded him. They claimed he paid his bodyguard $12,000 to buy 3 machine guns and silencers. For a convicted felon, that was a major problem. The arrest made national headlines. T.I., the king of the South, facing 10 years in federal prison. He struck a deal that reduced his time to 1 year. But the damage was done. MTV documented his final 45 days of freedom in T.I.'s road to redemption, giving fans a raw look at a superstar trying to turn his life around before heading behind bars. Through it all,
Then Tip had some infidelities with a girl who I hired, and that girl is one of the reasons why I got my own house.
Tiny never left his side. She was there, loyal, holding her family together while the world watched. In 2008, while T.I. served time, Tiny gave birth to their son, Major. She also stepped into her own spotlight, teaming up with her friend Toya Johnson to star in Tiny and Toya. The show was a hit. Fans saw her as more than a celebrity wife. She was strong, grounded, and real. By 2010, after years of public ups and downs, the couple finally tied the knot. Fans cheered. After everything, they'd made it. A hip-hop love story crowned in diamonds and loyalty. But as always, trouble wasn't far behind. Just 2 months after their wedding, police pulled the newlyweds over in West Hollywood and reportedly found ecstasy in their car. Tiny admitted the drugs were hers, but it didn't matter. Because of his past record, T.I. was ruled to have violated probation and was sent back to prison for 11 more months. And if that wasn't enough, one visit from Tiny made headlines after guards allegedly caught the two being too affectionate. Tiny was escorted out, embarrassed, and T.I. was moved to a more restricted unit. Another setback, another public blow, but she stayed loyal, even then. When T.I. finally came home, they bounced back again. Their VH1 show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, gave fans an intimate look at their family life. On camera, they were picture perfect. But off camera, the storm was brewing. Tiny had changed. She wasn't the quiet wife who let everything slide anymore. She had her own projects, her own opinions, and her own power. Later, she said, "Once I got on my own 2 feet, I felt like I should have a voice too." That confidence didn't sit well with T.I., and it started to show. By 2014, the cracks in their marriage couldn't be hidden. Reports came out that they argued at the Grammy Awards. Soon after, gossip blogs started whispering that T.I. was getting too close to a member of Tiny's girl group, French Kiss. At the same time, another rumor started making waves that Tiny was spending time with boxing champion Floyd Mayweather. Things reached a boiling point that May in Las Vegas. Tiny posted a photo with Floyd's daughter on Instagram, seemingly harmless. But T.I., who was also in Vegas that weekend, didn't think it was funny. He reportedly pulled up on Floyd at a Fat Burger, and chaos erupted. Punches thrown, chairs flying, people screaming, and Floyd caught on video yelling, "Control your mistress!" The clip went viral instantly. Tiny denied anything romantic ever happened between her and Floyd, but the internet had already decided otherwise. Still, despite the drama, by 2016, they were trying again. Tiny gave birth to their daughter, Eris, and for a short moment, things looked peaceful. But in their world, peace never stayed for long. By 2016, it looked like T.Y. and Tiny had finally found their balance again. They had their daughter, Harris, and fans were starting to believe the couple had weathered every storm possible. But that peace didn't last long. Just months after welcoming their baby girl, the internet exploded when a shocking video leaked online. It showed T.I. and Tiny in a room filled with naked women. Tiny, wearing a bikini, was rubbing another woman's leg while T.I. lounged nearby. The footage spread like wildfire across blogs and gossip sites, painting a picture that fans couldn't stop talking about. People questioned what really went down behind closed doors, and speculation about their freaky lifestyle dominated the internet. A few months later, in December 2016, Tiny made her move. She filed for divorce. To the public, it seemed like a breaking point after years of rumors and chaos. When she was asked about it in an interview, Tiny didn't hesitate. She said, "I'm not going back to T.I. He needs to come back to me. I'm where I'm supposed to be." That statement hit hard. It sounded like a woman done with excuses and ready to stand on her own. But T.I. had his own version of the story. During an interview with Angie Martinez, he called marriage a distraction. He said, "I could be a better best friend than a husband. I just have a purpose, and I don't always have time to do the thoughtful things a husband should do." His words shocked fans everywhere. It didn't sound like a man fighting for his marriage. It sounded like someone ready to walk away. The rumors only got louder when T.I. was spotted getting close to Instagram model Bernice Burgos. Pictures and videos of them partying together surfaced online, and social media lost it. Tiny fired back, calling Bernice a pass-around, and claimed she only showed up after the divorce papers were filed. But the damage was already done. The world saw the marriage crumbling in real time. And then came a twist nobody expected. Tiny's best friend, Shekinah Joe, jumped on Instagram Live, saying Tiny had moved out because of infidelities. Tiny later confirmed it herself, saying, "Tip had some infidelities with a girl I hired, and that girl is one of the reasons I got my own house." That confession hit deep. Fans could feel the betrayal in her voice. But the internet hadn't seen the craziest part yet. Out of nowhere, Rob Kardashian, yes, that Rob Kardashian, jumped into the story. During one of his infamous online meltdowns with Black China, T.I. made a joke about Rob's situation. Big mistake. Rob fired back instantly, claiming T.I. and Tiny had once paid Black China for a threesome. He posted it publicly for the world to see, and chaos erupted. Fans couldn't believe it, and within minutes, the internet turned the rumor into a trending firestorm. I never addressed it directly. He didn't deny it, didn't confirm it, just stayed silent. That silence only made people talk more. But then, in July 2017, just when everyone thought the couple was officially done, T.I. posted a long, emotional birthday message to Tiny. In it, he wrote that their relationship had evolved beyond fidelity, calling their bond unconditional. Fans didn't know what to think. Was it a love note or a confession? Some praised him for his honesty. Others dragged him for trying to romanticize cheating. Around the same time, blogs reported that T.I. wanted an open marriage, but with a twist. He'd be free to do his thing, but Tiny couldn't see anyone else. Fans went off calling it selfish, controlling, and hypocritical. Tiny didn't address it publicly, but insiders claimed she wasn't with it at all. Then another rumor dropped like a bomb. Tiny was allegedly having a secret relationship with rapper and businessman Master P. The story went viral instantly, but Master P quickly jumped on Instagram to shut it down, calling the story nonsense. Still, the internet didn't care. The damage was already done. By September 2017, the pair shocked everyone again. They officially called off their divorce. Sources said they were giving love another chance, but just when it looked like things were finally turning around, another scandal blew up in their faces. In July 2018, a fan recorded T.I. backstage at one of his shows, playfully smacking entertainer Asia Epperson on the butt while whispering in her ear. The clip went viral within hours. Fans lit up the comments saying it was proof T.I. hadn't changed at all. He later claimed it was harmless, but nobody was buying it. By 2020, they seemed calmer, older, maybe even wiser. The show T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, had become a huge success, and the couple was playing their roles as industry icons and parents to a blended family of superstars. But that image was about to crash again. In January 2021, former friend Sabrina Peterson went public with shocking claims. She accused T.Y. of pulling a gun on her during an argument with his assistant. The accusation alone was enough to cause a storm, but what came next was even bigger. Sabrina shared posts from several women who claimed they had been pressured into doing things they didn't want, allegedly involving drugs and manipulation. The details were dark, and the internet exploded overnight. Both T.I. and Tiny denied every accusation, calling them false and damaging. They released statements saying the stories were full of lies and that they were being targeted. But the fallout was instant. VH1 announced they were halting filming of The Family Hustle until things were resolved. Weeks later, the show was quietly canceled altogether. Then Tiny's longtime best friend Shekinah tried to defend the couple, but her defense backfired in the worst way. She went live on Instagram and claimed that Sabrina wasn't innocent either, alleging she had been part of the same scenes she accused the couple of. It only made things worse. Sabrina hit back hard and later filed a defamation lawsuit against T.I., Tiny, and Shekinah. Then came another bombshell. Shekinah went online and claimed Tiny herself had pressured her to make that statement. She said she felt used and unprotected, accusing Tiny of letting her take the heat while she stayed silent. That confession ended their longtime friendship for good. The whole situation was spiraling out of control. Fans were split. Some believed T.I. and Tiny were being framed. Others believed there was truth in the allegations. The headlines wouldn't stop, and every day brought new claims, new witnesses, and more confusion. Eventually, after months of investigation, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office reviewed the case and announced they would not press charges. They said the claims were too old and had passed the statute of limitations. But by then, the damage had been done. Their reputations were bruised, their empire shaken, and their friendships broken. The controversy cost them major deals, endorsements, and their once golden image as hip-hop's power couple. Even though the law closed its book on the case, the public's judgment didn't fade away. Behind the cameras and chaos, their children were growing up watching the whole thing unfold. The family who once shared laughter on reality TV was now holding on in silence. Tiny leaned on her kids for strength, while T.I. tried to rebuild his focus, shifting energy back into music, business, and community work. But the internet never forgot. Every time his name came up, people mentioned the scandals, the fights, the arrests, and the endless rumors. For some fans, T.I. was still the king of the South, untouchable, talented, and powerful. For others, his empire had lost its shine, and the cracks in his legacy were impossible to ignore. The story of T.I. and Tiny wasn't just about love. It was about power, pain, and survival. And as time went on, people realized this wasn't just another celebrity couple gone wrong. This was the saga of two people who had built an empire together, fought to keep it alive, and nearly lost it all trying to balance love and fame. After years of chaos, courtrooms, and controversy, one thing became clear: T.I. and Tiny were survivors. Through heartbreak, rumors, lawsuits, and public humiliation, they had built an empire from the ground up and refused to let the world tear it down. Every time they fell, they found a way to stand again, battered but still standing. To understand why they never completely broke, you have to remember where T.I. came from. Clifford Joseph Harris Jr. wasn't born into luxury. He was built from struggle. Growing up in Atlanta's Center Hill neighborhood, life was tough. He was raised mostly by his grandparents after his parents split, and even as a kid, he carried the weight of ambition. He sold candy in school, wrote rhymes in notebooks, and dreamed of being a legend. By 14, the streets had their grip on him. Hustling for survival, ducking danger, chasing fast money, it was a world that swallowed most kids whole. His family even made him sign a life insurance policy because they didn't think he'd live to see 21. But the same streets that almost destroyed him also shaped his voice. Raw, sharp, fearless. That fire led to his first record deal in 2001 with Arista Records, dropping I'm Serious. The album didn't explode, but T.I. didn't quit. He came back harder. By 2003, he signed with Atlantic Records, launched his own label Grand Hustle, and released Trap Music, the project that changed his life forever. 24s, Be Easy, Rubber Band Man, Let's Get Away. Every song was a glimpse into the grind that raised him. It went platinum and gave birth to a new title, the King of the South. The hits didn't stop there. Urban Legend dropped in 2004 with bangers like Bring 'Em Out and You Don't Know Me. Then came King in 2006, crowned with Grammy wins, platinum plaques, and sold-out shows. T.I. had turned pain into power and fame into an empire. But 2007 nearly ended it all. The gun case that shocked the world wasn't just about bad choices, it was about fear. T.I. later revealed that he bought those weapons after losing his best friend, Philant Big Phil Johnson, in a shooting outside a club. "My best friend died in my arms," T.I. once said. That trauma haunted him, shaping every move he made afterward. After serving his sentence, he came home a changed man and released one of his greatest albums, Paper Trail. It was raw, honest, and filled with pain, reflection, and triumph. Tracks like Whatever You Like, Live Your Life with Rihanna, and Dead and Gone with Justin Timberlake turned him into a global icon. The album went double platinum, and T.I. walked away with more Grammys, proof that redemption was real. For a while, it looked like he had everything back under control. He stepped into acting, shining in movies like ATL, American Gangster, Takers, and Ant-Man. He launched his own podcast, Expeditiously, where he spoke on culture, politics, family, and fame, showing the world a more thoughtful side. But even with all the business moves, and no matter what tomorrow brings, one thing is certain: T.I. and Tiny will always be remembered as one of hip-hop's most unforgettable love stories.